Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here, and today let's talk about wax. Alright, so we're going to talk about wax. We're going to have a little conversation about wax. Am I going to use all of this wax? No, I am not. I'm going to talk to you about all of this wax and my experience with said wax. Just a little disclaimer, if you hear trickling water in the background, the dog's got new water fountain, dog trays, we're not going to talk about it. Anyways, let's talk wax. So as you can see, my table here is covered in a couple of different types of wax. There is wax that I don't even have. There's so much wax. There's so much stuff when it comes to wax. I just thought about that. So let's talk wax. First things first, you have your traditional wax. Now this pink wax is what you would normally get in any diamond painting that you get nowadays. Any diamond painting you get will either come with blue wax or pink wax. They might come with other colors like yellow. Have you ever seen the yellow wax? White. They have white wax. Blue. There is blue wax. Like, there are all different types of wax. So the question I get asked the most is, what is the best type of wax? Well, I'm not going to tell you that. Why? Because that is a matter of opinion. So just keep in mind that all the opinions stated in this video are my own. This is just from my experience with using all of these waxes. And yes, I have, over my 2 years of doing diamond painting, used every single last one of these waxes. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one of them and what I do like and what I don't like. Okay? So, here we go. We got wax of all different kinds. We have wax crowns from Pretty Placers. We have Not Your Mama's Mud from Beth Minton over at Whimsical Daisy. We have white wax and yellow wax and blue wax. We have Wee Wax. We have Paddy Wax. We got Museum Putty. We got Paddy Wax SS. We got No Nonsense Stark wax. We have Caro Wax. We have Wax and Pins, which is blue tack. So let's talk about this wax. So like I said, this wax is what you would normally get in your diamond painting. Pros, it's easily accessible. You can get it in any diamond painting, and it's wax. Cons, I don't like this wax. I don't like pink wax. I don't use pink wax. What do I do with the pink wax? It just gets stacked up somewhere until I can figure out something to do with it. Pink wax, one, if you're going to use pink wax and you're someone who does like the pink wax, again, I'm not hating on you. Do your thing, boo-boo. This is the different types of pink wax you can get. You get these little squares. You can get it in a heart shape. Diamond Art Club and a couple other companies will do the heart shape for the wax. You can get big plates of squares like this one. So when it comes to pink wax, my best advice would be try to find yourself a darker wax. So I don't know how well you can see, but you see how you can see my finger through that wax? That tells you right there that that wax ain't going to be worth nothing. Okay, it's not going to last long. You want a darker color to your wax. So you see how, let's take it out of the package here. And I've had this wax for, I don't know, 2 years probably, because it's been sitting in my drawer over here. So we're going to take a plate of this wax out and compare it to this other wax. So this is a good plate of wax if you're going to use pink wax. This is not. You see the color difference? I've noticed that the darker the pink wax, the better it works. Just like this Diamond Art Club wax. So with the Diamond Art Club wax, as you can see, it's darker than this wax, but that could just be because it's thicker. You see how it's thicker right there? It's thicker than this wax, okay? But it's also not translucent, meaning you can't see through it. So yeah, you can see my thumb through this one here, but you can't through the heart-shaped wax. You want to make sure if you're going to use pink wax and you want it to last anywhere more than 30 minutes, you want to go for the wax that's not opaque. You don't want to be able to see through it. You want to be able to essentially use this and not have to worry about refilling your pen every 10 minutes. I will also show you techniques on how to fill your pen, I guess, because I got asked to do that too. So, this wax, I would not recommend, does not last long for me. This is just my opinion. This wax would work a little bit longer. I'm going to give it about 1 to 3 hours that you might be able to get out of this wax before you have to refill it. Diamond Art Club wax or the heart-shaped wax or the wax that's not opaque, you can probably get a good 4 to 5 hours worth of diamond painting out of it. Now, do keep in mind that if you leave the wax in your pen and you step away from your diamond painting for a couple of hours, the wax can and will get dried out. So what you're going to want to do is take like a toothpick or a needle and just kind of stab it and mix it around a little bit, or even just change the wax, because how much of this wax do you really have? Like seriously, we all have tons of this wax that we have no clue what to do with. Change it out if you have to. If it gets to if it's dry to the point where you can't pick up a drill when you first go to try to pick one up, just refill your pen. So that is pink wax. Now you have yellow wax and you have white wax. And you have blue wax. And as you can tell, I used blue wax. Now, my favorite out of all the waxes is hands down the blue wax. Why? It works good for me. And that's the thing. If it works good for you, then it doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is, because all that matters is your opinion, because you're the one that's diamond painting. Exactly. So, you also can get blue wax, which I got from Diamond Drills USA on Etsy. And then you can get yellow wax and white wax. The yellow and white, good God. The white and blue wax work about the same. So I don't mind white wax. I keep it as a backup, but I highly still prefer my blue wax. I don't know why. It's just what I prefer. The yellow wax works like an in-between between the pink and the blue, or the pink and the white. I'm going to say you could probably get a good 3 to 4 hours out of the white or the yellow wax. You can probably get a good 3 to 4.5 hours out of the white wax. But with my blue wax, for some reason, something with the blue wax, I can get a good 6 to 7 hours of diamond painting out of my blue wax. I can also leave it in my pen and it won't dry out as fast as the pink wax. Again, my own opinion. This is opaque, so you can see through it. Let's see if I can hold it up for you so you can see. So you can see through it, but this wax works best for me. This is what works best for me. But because I do YouTube, I've had wax sent to me. I've purchased wax just so I can try it out for you guys, which is why I know a little bit about something. Next, pretty placers. Now, pretty placers are something that's I don't even remember how I found them, but I saw crowns and I'm like, crowns? What am I supposed to do with that? And they're like, it's wax. Pretty Placers is a shop on Etsy. Oh, I love the smell of that. This one is called Midsummer Dream. It's a place that I found on Etsy, and this young lady makes these crown wax pens, or pen crayons, so that you can diamond paint with. Now, you might have seen Stitcherista using these. She's like obsessed with these, and for good reason. They do work. Obviously, you're not going to run out of wax because you have a whole crayon of wax, okay? So these are actually really good. The only con about it is you can't multi-place. You can if you do it very carefully, but you also don't, if you're a hard stabber, you don't want to stab too hard with these because, of course, because it's like a crown, the harder you stab, the more wax that kind of just separates and goes off to the side, and you kind of have to mold it back together. So you don't want to stab hard with these. So usually what I use the Pretty Placers for are for those special drill diamond paintings. You know, the ones with the teardrop shapes and the heart shapes and the star shapes and all different kinds of shapes. And you don't know that you can pick them up with your pen. And you're just like, how am I supposed to put these on the kit? And you're trying to use tweezers and you're throwing drills all over the place. This is a perfect tool for doing special drill kits. I highly suggest that at least everyone have at least one Pretty Placer or at least 2 Pretty Placer crayons for doing those special drill diamond paintings, because it does come in really handy. The bottom part can even be used for those bigger drills, and yes, it does work really, really well. Like, this is one product that I will stand behind because I know it works well. And if you don't believe me, again, go back and check out Stitcherista. She uses these on regular diamond paintings, and it works just fine. The reason why you don't want to drill too hard with it as well, besides the fact that you'll separate the wax, is that it will leave a residue on your drills. It's one of the things about wax like these that I'm not the fondest of, is that it will leave a residue. But I found a solution to that, which is essentially using that wax to polish your drills when you're done with the kit to make it sparkle bright. Just like you would wax a car after you get it washed. When you finish diamond painting, you take a soft bristled toothbrush and rub it over your drills, and that will clean up and shine up those drills on that kit to make them sparkle just that much brighter. So there's a little tip for you. So Pretty Placer crowns are a must if you're someone who, especially if you're someone who loves to do special drill diamond paintings. I mean, you can do them with tweezers if you would like, but if you're looking for an option for like a pen or something to do those special drill kits, highly recommend the Pretty Placers. Next, Not Your Mama's Mud. Not Your Mama's Mud is a product that was thought up by a young lady named Beth Minton. She does have a shop over on Etsy, which is Whimsical Diamond, or Whimsical Daisies, I'm sorry. Beth, I'm not sure if Beth still makes the Not Your Mama's Mud. I'm pretty sure she probably doesn't even think that I still have any, but I do. I've been coveting it because it does work very well. Now, it comes in these little caddies, and usually it has some kind of a little shape on it. And this one has like a crown, because, you know, I'm a boss. But it has some kind of little shape on it. This wax from the way I diamond paint, because that's the other reason why I can't tell you which wax is the best. We all diamond paint differently. Some of us stab, some of us are dainty and light, some of us, you know, are kind of in the middle. It just depends on how you drill. So if you're a stabber, I wouldn't recommend the Pretty Placers, because if you're a hard presser, it's going to ruin that crown before you get a chance to actually use it good. The pink wax won't work good for you either, because essentially you'll just end up disintegrating that wax. Blue wax works great for those of us who like to stab hard, which is why I like the blue wax. But this wax here does work. It does last a nice long time. I don't know if she still sells it. She did have to go out for like some medical issues. But this wax here, if you can get your hands on some of your Not Your Mama's Mud, it's a great product. It does work, and it does work a lot longer than the original pink wax. So Not Your Mama's Mud, another one on the list. And don't worry, everything that I'm listing in this video, I will have down in the description box below so that you can check it out. If the store is out of whatever product, I will just link the store. If I can find the actual product, I will link the product. So Not Your Mama's Mud over on Etsy. And a lot of these are going to come from Etsy. And then we have these two big boys. These two are called Paddy Wax. Now, this is the very first wax that came out besides like your blue, your yellow, and your pink, and your white. Robin over at Distracted by Diamonds here on YouTube came up with this formula for diamond painting wax because she got tired of the pink wax and she was like, I'm not having it. So she came up with Paddy Wax. Now, Paddy Wax is a very sought after wax because there's so much hype about it. Is it worth the hype? Yes and no. Yes, because again, if you're a light presser, this will work perfectly for you. Her wax lasts longer than some of the most awesome wax. Her wax and blue wax work about the same. So you're gonna get about 6 to 7 good hours of diamond painting out of this wax. But you of course want to make sure that you don't leave that pen out for too long, because it will dry out the wax in your pen and you'll have to stir it up with like a needle or a toothpick. Paddy Wax, she has it where one of them is best used in a single placer, one of them is best used in a multi-placer. I believe it's a Paddy Wax, and I might be mistaken. If I am, please somebody just correct me down in the comment section, because I know you guys are good for it. So Paddy Wax is, I want to say, good for your multi-placer. And then I want to say it's Paddy Wax SS. Now, how do you tell the SS from the Paddy Wax? Paddy Wax SS is non-scented. So as you can see, these bricks have names. This one's called Butt Naked. This one's called Black Coffee. These two waxes smell like what the sticker says. These two, this is Paddy Wax SS. Paddy Wax SS is my other favorite go-to for diamond painting wax. Paddy Wax SS will literally steal your wig, your husband, and your social security number, okay? It is strong. When it says SS, it stands for Sylvester Stallone in my eyes. But on her website, it stands for super tacky. It is that. This lives up to its hype. It is super tacky. If you're not careful, it will literally steal your canvas. Like, I've had it happen to me when I was working on Symbols of Heroism. If I can find that video, it was kind of funny. It was a live, actually. I'll put it up in the eye. You're literally trying to diamond paint, and it will literally lift up your entire kit. It's so strong. I absolutely highly recommend, if you can catch one of these, to catch it. Now, the problem is these waxes, again, are highly sought after. So they are incredibly hard to get. She only stocks her website twice a day. I don't think she stocks it on Wednesdays, but it's noon and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. So if you are able to be one of the lucky people that is able to grab one of these, I would highly recommend it. Paddy Wax, I personally could not get down with the Paddy Wax. It is nice to use, again, if you have a light, feathery touch. If you're not someone who has to feel like they have to stab their drills into the kit, Paddy Wax will and does work for those types of people. For me, I'm a stabber. I stab hard. I definitely go with Paddy Wax SS because it's going to be super tacky and it doesn't dry out as quickly as the Paddy Wax does. In my honest opinion, in my honest, humble opinion, Paddy Wax SS is the way to go. Now, the only downfall is if you're someone who just loves those scents, they are unscented. She decided to make these unscented, and they do come in these adorable little tins. So as you can see, I have this adorable little owl, and then I have this adorable little unicorn. Now, when she posts them up on the site, you do not have a pick of which tin you get. It's at random. She picks them at random for you. You just randomly get one. I actually have more than one of the, or two of these, but these are the only two I could find right now. You didn't need to see all of them. You see one, you get the gist. So, Paddy Wax SS is my favorite when it comes to, out of Paddy Wax and Paddy Wax SS. Because this tends to leave more residue on my drills, whereas this, it still leaves residue, but not as much. It's a lot more manageable than it is with this. If you're placing AB drills, would highly recommend using the SS in your multi-placer and placing the AB drills with the multi-placer. Why? Because if you use a single placer when you're diamond painting to place AB drills, the one problem that is very common, it happens to everyone, it literally will steal the wax out of your pen. But Paddy Wax SS is so strong, it will steal the AB coating off your drill. Like, that's how strong this stuff is. It's like Gorilla Glue for diamond painting. Like, it's strong. Like, I almost want to hang a painting with this, but it's wax, so it's not used for that. Also, it's not a hair product, so don't put it in your hair. So yeah, so Paddy Wax SS, highly recommend. I still recommend Paddy Wax, but only if you are a light touch diamond painter. If you're not a light touch diamond painter, go for the SS. No, it's not scented, but how many times are you sitting there sniffing your wax? Seriously. Moving on. The next wax we're going to talk about, Caro Wax. Caro Wax is from I want to say the young lady is Canadian. She does make these in shapes now. I couldn't find the ones with the shapes. I'm sorry. She does make these in shapes, but when she first started, they were in like hockey puck form. This is another form of wax. And yes, this whole thing is wax. How long would it take you to usually get through something like this? You could probably have a plate of wax like this. If you're a constant diamond painter, this will probably last you a good year, year and a half. Because literally, you're not going through that entire puck in a year. So, it is still good wax. But again, waxes like this, when you are someone who presses hard on your drills, will leave a lot of splooge or residue on your drill. So you will like go to diamond paint and the stuff will come out and you'll be upset because then you have to wipe it off. It's a whole big mess, what have you. So the Caro Wax is another one I recommend. If you have a medium to light touch, would definitely go for Caro Wax. And again, like I said, she stopped doing Etsy and she actually has a website. And she, I believe, like I said, is located in Canada. A lot of her site is in French. So, yeah, I want to say she's from Canada. She sells, like, all kinds of diamond painting accessories, but wax is one of the things that I've gotten from her in a pen. But, again, light to medium touch if you're going to go for these pucks or the bricks of wax. Something like this, heavy touch is just fine. So, that is Caro Wax, and it is scented. This one is maple sugar, I'm sorry. And it does smell like maple sugar. A lot of these waxes are scented. So, yeah. Next, Stark No Nonsense. Now, this particular type of wax, this was a surprise, okay? Because this is called Whip Wax, which is the Miss Coffee 2.0 wax. This young lady made this wax, and then she contacted me and was like, hey, I made wax with your name, you know, can I send you some? And I'm like, okay. So, she is a young lady that made the wax before we knew it was a thing, and I kept getting messages on Facebook, and they're like, hey, some lady named Wax after you, and I'm like, what? So, this wax. Now, I have not used it, one, because, okay, I lied. I guess I have used it. For novelty's sake, I'm trying not to use it. How long would it take me to get through this? Couple years. Literally, couple years. I'm pretty sure that's probably one project's worth of wax that has gone out of that right now. When I work on a kit, I tend to use the same wax. So in my head, just to know how much wax I use out of that for that entire kit. This wax, I would say for medium to rough diamond painters, this wax is good wax to use. Stark No Nonsense over on Etsy. She does sell more than just diamond painting wax, but diamond painting wax, this is, like I said, this is the Miss Coffee wax. She also has Rachel Ray wax, and then she has all kinds of different types of waxes over there. She even has a gelatin type wax, which, let's see if I can find it over here. She has this whipped gelax. Now what this is, it's clear, but it does work really well. It does last about 3 to 4 hours. Whereas this stuff here lasts about, I'm going to say, 3.5 to 4 hours. So they still do last long. And it's another alternative type of wax. Okay. Next, we have We Wax. We Wax is thought up by Anxiety Art Adventures here on YouTube. She had decided that she wanted to try to make wax because one of the things that a lot of people were doing with the Paddy Wax, because at the time, like I said, this was the only wax around. Now everybody and their mama got wax that they're making. So what they were doing was they were slicing this like cheese, and then they would poke it, because what you're supposed to do with this wax is you're supposed to get it, take it out of the bag. You're supposed to take your pen, okay, and scrape it in there. Once you scrape it in, you clear it off with your nail, and you push it in, okay? And you want to make sure you pack it in there really good, because if not, then you'll end up having to pack some more in there within a couple of, diamonds being placed. So that's how you're supposed to load the pen. You're supposed to scrape it across the back of the brick. So what a lot of diamond painters didn't like was that you couldn't stab it, because if you just try stabbing this, you're just making prints in the wax, okay? That's all you're doing. So what they started doing was they started chopping this off like cheese, literally like cheese. Like they would chop it off here, and then they would stab it, and it worked that way for stabbing. But the problem that Anxiety Art Adventures didn't like, I want to say, is the fact that she couldn't stab it, or she, whatever. She decided to come up with her own wax, and she did, and we call it We Wax. Now, We Wax is another one of my favorite waxes, okay? We Wax, hold on, let me get this back in the bag. All right, so there's your We Wax. That's how you load it, or Paddy Wax. So We Wax is a scented wax, and you can either get it in one of these or one of these. She even has like different sizes of these, like this. I have a couple of different ones. Now, she did one for, yes, it's the holidays. And then we got lemon sugar, and we have it's fall, y'all. So Laura over at Anxiety Art Adventures came up with her own wax, which is We Wax, which you can get on Etsy. Again, another good wax that is hard to get your hands on, because Laura is a one-woman show. Meaning she makes it, packages it, and then sells it, packages it up, and then ships it all by herself, okay? One-woman show, so be patient. Oh my God, I can smell it already. One-person show over there. So please be patient with her, because she does this all by herself. Like, I think her husband might help her out every once in a while, but for the most part, she does this by herself. We Wax. I do like We Wax. Problem is, We Wax is for lighter touch diamond painters. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that if you have a hard touch, you can't use it. You can, but I would highly suggest, if you're going to get Paddy Wax or We Wax or Caro Wax or the Stark No Nonsense Coffee Wax, I would highly suggest putting them in your multi-placer and not your single placer. Because if you're like me and you stab hard whenever you're diamond painting, you're going to leave residue all over your drills. Now, one of the things I like about We Wax is that her bricks are not hard like most waxes are. So when you go to use them, it's a very crisp, like easy going, like just scrape the top of it and it comes right up. One of the problems that a lot of people were having with Paddy Wax is that it was really hard, and you'd have to like stuff it in your bra or in your pant pocket, let it warm up, and then use it. What I've noticed about We Wax is that I can use this in any temperature. Cold, warm, hot. It keeps its consistency, and the smell is, oh my God. So I got this last fall, okay? I don't remember if it was October or November. I want to say it was October, okay? I literally, just opening this, you heard me say I could smell it because I was doing this. I can still smell this, okay? So the scent is strong, but it's not like overbearingly strong. It's strong enough that it will keep its scent for what seems like the lifetime of the wax. Now, these little wax caddies, again, you'll have for at least a year or two. Do you need to buy all this different type of wax? No. If you're experimenting with wax to see which one works best for you, then have at it. Buy all the wax you need. I wouldn't buy big portions of it, but do what you gotta do, okay? Because when it comes to wax, it's all a matter of preference. Some people prefer Paddy Wax. Some people prefer wax. Some people prefer blue tack. Some people prefer museum putty, which we'll get into here in a few minutes. So wax, like I said, this will work for a good 5, I'm going to go 5 max hours. I've done sessions for like 5 hours, even though I had to stop and get up and do whatever. 5 hours, and your wax is still good in your pen. Again, if you're a light toucher, it might work longer. If you're a heavier toucher, it might work shorter amount of time. Again, it's all a matter of preference. Next, we have the Silhouette Pick-Me-Up pen. Now, this pick-me-up pen is filled with some type of substance I want to say is blue tack. I personally cannot stand blue tack. Blue tack is for hanging up pictures. You can get it at Walmart for like $1. Does it work? Oh yeah, definitely works. The problem is, like some of these other waxes, if you're a hard presser, like meaning if you press hard when you diamond paint, you see what it did there? See how it went off to the side? If you touch the sticky part of your canvas with that wax, good luck getting it off without damaging your kit. That was the biggest problem I had with blue wax or blue tack, was the fact that whenever I would go to use it, I would tap my canvas with that wax and could not get it off without ruining my kit. So I'm not a fan of the blue tack. I will use it to hang pictures. I'm not going to use it in my diamond painting tool. And then last but not least, museum putty. Now, I actually won this. Now, I don't usually enter contests on people's channels because I want their actual subscribers to win, not someone who can go easily out and purchase this. You know, I have morals of some sort. So, I actually won this from Stitcherista on one of her videos. And I don't even remember what I did or said to win this. I don't think I was trying to win it. I just won it. And I tried it. It does work, okay? It does work. It works better than the blue wax, in my opinion. The only bad part about it is, just like all the other waxes, including blue tack, if you overfill your pen, it's going to leak out. If it leaks out and touches the glue, good luck getting it off. Because it is, like, really, like, it will hold your drills perfectly fine. But it's hard to get off your kit if you happen to touch your kit with it. So I do recommend the museum putty because it does work. It works for a couple of days. And I mean like at least 2 days worth of diamond painting you can get done with museum putty. That's how long I was able to use it. And I'm a pretty aggressive presser whenever I press my drills down. So museum putty, in my opinion, is one of the best. Pick me up pen, I do not like it. I have seen a lot of people take that blue tack out and replace it with wax, like pink wax or blue wax or whatever wax. That is an option. No, I don't know how to do it, but it is an option. I've seen it done. I know Crayola Picks used to love her Silhouette Pick Me Up pen, so there is that. Caro wax, again, you want to have a light to medium touch with this whenever you're diamond painting, because if not, it will leave a lot of residue and cause a lot of headaches. Stark No Nonsense with the Gelax wax and the coffee wax. They do work about 3 to 4 hours. They are good waxes, but again, you want to make sure you have a light touch. The Gelax, my only downfall with the Gelax is if it gets on your kit, you can't really see it because it's clear. Like, it's clear. So it's hard to see exactly if you touch your kit, if it's on the kit, and then you wonder why, like in a spot, one of your drills won't sit still, and it's because you got some of this on your kit. But it is good wax, and it does work really well. wax, again, I do love my wax. It is a great product. It does work for quite a bit. I want to say like 5 hours or so that it works. But it is hard to come by, which can be a little bit annoying at times, especially if you're a new diamond painter and you see everybody else with their wax and you want to try it out. I do hope I do wish that these companies had samples. Like, I knew Paddy Wax used to do samples, but just have a little section on their page with samples so that you can try out the wax before making such a big purchase. Because what if you purchase this entire brick of wax and then realize it's not for you? So I would highly implore those folks that make wax, try to have like a sample section where they can get like a little one of it and see how they like it. And then that way, if they do like it, they can come back and buy more. But Paddy Wax and Wee Wax are two of the hardest waxes to come by because they are so sought after. And both of these ladies are YouTubers. So you have Anxiety Art Adventures here on YouTube, and then you have Distracted by Diamonds, who is Robin with a Y, here on YouTube as well. And then they have Etsy shops as well. The Paddy Wax SS, still hands down one of my favorite to use. If I'm not using blue wax or my Wee Wax, it's definitely going to be this. Again, but you got to watch out because it will steal everything. It will steal your identity. It's so strong. So I would definitely recommend those. Pretty placers, even though they're not, I don't think they were essentially meant for like just plainly diamond painting. You can use them for diamond painting, but I would highly suggest getting them just because, one, they're crayons and they smell amazing. Two, because if you're ever working on a special drill diamond painting, the shape of these helps you to be able to place those without any issues. Pink wax, it's all a matter of preference. You just want to go for the wax that's not opaque. Not Your Mama's Mud. It does work. Like I said, it works longer than the regular pink wax. I'm going to say about 2 to 3 hours, if not maybe a little bit more if you're a hard stabber like me. That's how long it works for. And then, of course, you have your blue, your white, and your pink. Or blue, white, and yellow. Sorry, my colors, I can't. Again, I got the 6 squares of blue wax from Diamond Drills USA, which, of course, again, I will link all these people down below. But yeah, wax, when it comes to wax, there is no what's best or, you know, whatever. It's all a matter of preference. It's all a matter of how do you diamond paint. It's all a matter of what is best for you and not everyone else. What everybody else is doing is not your concern. You're the only one diamond painting on your kit. So you want to make sure the wax that you get is good for you. Because like I said, there are some people that do not like Paddy Wax. There are some people that do not like Paddy Wax SS. For me, I can use both of these, but I have to remember, have a light touch when I'm doing it with the brick. You can have whatever touch you want when doing it with this one, but just know the harder you press, the stronger grip is on the wax, and the wax will straight up take your canvas away. Pretty placers for the, you know, the special drills. So yeah, that is all the wax that I have that I wanted to show and talk to you about. Just remember, like I said, this is opinion based. This is not be all end all. This is what is what. My all-time favorite wax is blue wax. It's the first wax I fell in love with because I know somebody's going to ask what my favorite is. It's the blue wax. And then the Paddy Wax SS, and then my Wee Wax. Pretty placers I will use for my special drills always. And then like the Paddy Wax bricks, the Caro, Puck, and then the Starks No Nonsense. They're all good wax. But you have to find what works best for you. Because what works best for me might not work best for you. So that is what I have to say on wax. Now, I'm not going to do a whole time lapse of each and every wax out here. I'm just going to give you my opinion on my experience, which is what I've done here. I do think that they're all good waxes. They all have their pros and cons. But that's for you to weigh out on your own. So you're going to want to do samplings. If you want to do samplings, you can, you know, buy one. And then if you don't like it, maybe sell it on one of the sites or donate it or give it away or whatnot. But yeah. So that's it for me, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel and would like to see more random crazy videos just like this, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. But with that said, folks, I now must bid you adieu. But not before reminding you to wear your mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face, keep your 6 feet, and always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool.